Did you know that veterans are 58% more likely to die by suicide? And veterans 45 and under, it is devastatingly the second leading cause of death. One of the leading providers in suicide prevention care is the Veterans Affairs, or also known as the VA. 61% of people who died by suicide in 2023 who were veterans were not receiving this VA care. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you why my father, Matthew Jacobs, deserves to be nominated for the Person of the Year for the Cape May and Atlantic counties based off his work in suicide prevention for Veterans Affairs. So let's talk about why veterans are at a higher risk for suicide. The suicide rate for veterans is 1.5 times higher than that of the general population. And veterans also account for nearly a quarter of deaths by suicide in the United States annually. In the last 25 years, the percent of veterans who struggle with mental health and substance abuse problems have risen from 27.9% to 41.9%, according to the American Addiction Center. Veterans often struggle with feelings of isolation, hopelessness, and depression after serving, and there are many factors that play into these feelings. Veterans often deal with lifelong injuries from their time serving, which could lead to reliance on opioids for pain. Many veterans also struggle with alcohol and drug abuse to cope with their feelings of isolation and loneliness. People who misuse drugs and alcohol are more likely to be depressed, have social and financial issues, and engage in high-risk behaviors. Also, many mental health disorders such as anxiety, depression, PTSD, or traumatic brain injury can also make these feelings stronger. So, after all that veterans do for our country, it is our responsibility to help them after they serve. That's where my dad, Matthew Jacobs, comes in. Matthew Jacobs deserves the title of the Person of the Year for the Cape May and Atlantic counties for his work in this suicide prevention for veterans. My dad is a Veterans Affairs employee who is also one of the developers of the Peer Mentoring, Camaraderie, and Support Group, also known as PMCS, in South Jersey, Delaware, and Virginia. The goal of this program is to encourage and re-engage veterans into using their VA healthcare benefits using a more community-based approach. In 2022, the program was originally launched right here in South Jersey, in Somers Point, as the Veterans Peer Suicide Prevention Program. The name was later changed to the Peer Mentoring, Camaraderie, and Support Group to eliminate the stigma that goes with suicide prevention. They learned that veterans are much more likely to go to a peer mentoring group versus a suicide prevention group, although the goal is the same in both instances. So, how PMCS works to support veterans. They work to ensure that veterans are maintaining their overall well-being as well as their mental health. The model is created around social support and encouragement. According to studies, community-based efforts where veterans can interact with other veterans with similar experiences with them is a very strong approach to suicide prevention. They find that this peer-to-peer approach can reduce stigmas surrounding suicide, and it also can increase personal connection, reduce feelings of isolation, and lead to more community integration. In these peer-to-peer settings, there's also licensed therapists that are there to also support. So, why do veterans need extra support? Although people may think that our veterans are the most physically and mentally healthy as they can get, a lot of them have a really hard transition from being in service to just living a regular life. Creating a culture of camaraderie with other veterans who have the same unique experience with them that is the military, this is really important for veterans where they are able to build a very personal connection and feel more engaged to their communities. So now that we've learned why suicide prevention is so important and why veterans are at a higher risk, let's talk about why I think Matthew Jacobs deserves to receive this honor. So, his work is very significant and impactful. My dad, Matthew Jacobs, dedicates his life to saving the lives of veterans, not only by preventing suicide, but also by seriously improving the quality of life that our veterans in South Jersey live. Suicide is a highly stigmatized topic that people often shy away from. By eliminating the stigma and giving veterans the resources necessary to be successful as well as live their life to the fullest, he is giving veterans a chance at a better life all around. With more camaraderie and mentorship, veterans live a healthier, more fulfilled life full of connection and impact. They also offer a chance to refer other veterans to be a part of the program, which even more continues their long-lasting impact. Suicide prevention is also a job that not a lot of people have the heart to do. This is a field that requires a lot of specialized training and a person who is willing to help others daily. My dad works in a field where he is having to help people on their darkest days and the darkest time of their life. This is a very difficult job that not everyone has the heart for. His work in developing the PMCS program helps to take people out of this dark time and improve their quality of life for veterans, and I think this is a really special gift. I truly think that he should be considered for the Person of the Year for the Cape May and Atlantic counties due to his work in the community and for veterans across the state and more. Matthew Jacobs is both an exceptional employee for the VA who has worked to truly make a difference in the lives of veterans as well, and additionally, he is a homegrown person from Atlantic County. He not only is great at his job, but his work in developing the peer mentoring, camaraderie, and support group will create a lasting impact in the lives of our veterans. Suicide is a very real, devastating, and emotional event that needs more awareness so that people who need the help can receive it. My dad is doing the most important job for veterans by helping with his suicide prevention by means of peer mentorship, and this is truly life-changing for our veteran community. This is why my dad, Matthew Jacobs, deserves the title of the Person of the Year for the Cape May and Atlantic counties. Thanks!